As the election kicked off, Dutton introduced himself like this.
As a police officer, I learned the importance of turning up when it matters. I'm not interested in taking the easy path because we live in the best country in the world and I'm determined to get Australia back on track.
Oh my God, did he arrest his own nan? Ever since we met the real Julia, we've known that when a campaign is in trouble, you reintroduce yourself. So this weekend, Dutton lifted the lid on his softer side, something he's done a lot over the years. So how mushy is Dutton? I am an emotional person. Oh, Annie, can you sell cute as a Dutton?
You know, my question is that, why are they doing this? Dutton's vote is not on the downturn because they think he's too tough and needs to sell his soft side. It's on the downturn because they think he's flip-flopping. And so instead of, telling his strengths, which are, he's got a good story, he's got a good family, he's got a good record, but they've given that away in this ad. And so with a minute to midnight, they're trying to say, hey, don't worry about what we've said about this strong personality here, this determined person. Let's look at what the cute little bunny's saying. It just doesn't work. And it's very rare in political parties that you have two leaders of the party for the whole time. The Liberals have had 3 years to tell the Dutton story. As I said, it is a really good story to tell, but it's been the worst brand launch I've ever seen. And to then try and change it at the end as if he's the problem, that's not the problem. The problem is they haven't got their act together.
Yeah, I think this whole idea is crazy. So you've got to burn the platform. You've got to say that Australia's not going very well, and here is a leader, here's a tough guy, and the tough guy is actually quite important because you know what? Someone might have to take on, I don't know, people in our north, right? So as soon as the Chinese start doing laps of Australia...
Oh, I thought you meant Townsville.
Right, no. So that was, I'm talking about the opportunity to win. That to me was the opportunity to win. And first impressions matter. It's very hard to get rid of first impressions. And the first impression of Dutton over a long period of time is he is a tough guy, right? And he does make tough calls. And he's a former cop. But maybe we might need that person to be the leader.
That's what it should have lent into.
I genuinely can't understand. Well, maybe I can understand why they did this because they got research telling them that they needed to. But you need a strategic answer. You need a strategic decision. The strategic decision is no, we're going to triple down on the first impression of this guy because that's the way that we're going to win.
Yeah, I've been involved in politics for many, many years and I've never, ever seen polling that says, I want a soft Prime Minister, right? So why are they doing it?
I think Trump pulled the rug from underneath him. I think he was riding in on a horse when we were all leaning right, and now he's on a pony, and he's like, what am I doing? How do I do this? And I think the research is saying that he is not as relatable. They're saying, I mean, the Labour has, Tanya Bubblesek has come out and said at one stage, he looks like Voldemort. Like they're literally playing off, and it's sad, but they're literally playing off how he looks. He's too hard, he's not relatable to people, and that has been, you can imagine in the research, building and building to the point where they're having to react to it. And what they're doing, if you just unpack what they're doing, so they have him with the glasses on because it softens the look. They often have him without a tie now. You rarely see Albanese. They see him without a tie. They see him with his sleeves rolled up and surrounded by women, trying their best to sort of soften him up a bit. In the beginning of the campaign, he's taking his shoes off. He's going into a mosque. Then he's eating yum chow in Queensland. They're doing their best, but I think it's a lost cause. I think the branding of Dutton is already established. It's much easier to make a soft man hard than it is to make a hard man soft.
Yeah.
So let's leave it at
that. Peter Dutton is actually, in person, a charming, caring, decent, self-deprecating, funny man. He genuinely is, but the camera hates him. And he talks in a monotone, and if he was announcing the cure for cancer, it would sound like he's arresting you. It's It's just unfortunate. You're exactly right. He should be playing to the I'm strong, I've got mongrel in me, and I can get Australia back on track.
For a campaign that seemed to be running on empty, Peter Dutton